Hi, welcome to today's episode of Ask the Rabbi. My husband, Rabbi Daniel Lappin. I'm Susan Lappin. And here's the question we want to answer today. I have been reading your book, Buried Treasure, and one of the things you said was that if either partner in marriage feels like a martyr, then it's very bad. Can you explain further why and what that portends? Maureen. Well, firstly, Maureen, thank you. We appreciate that you're reading our book. And what we do in the book, Buried Treasure, is we take, I believe it's 27 or 29 Hebrew words, and we do a chapter on each of those words. We look at the shape of the letters, at the different words that come out of the root, at all sorts of things that come out of Hebrew that you lose when you just translate the word into English. And the word that you were discussing was the word korban, for sacrifice. And we made the point that it's very important to know what a sacrifice is and what a sacrifice isn't. And that a misunderstanding of the word sacrifice might be, I just work myself to the bone to take care of my husband. I don't do anything for myself. From the minute I get up in the morning, I just do things for my husband and my family. I don't take a minute for the things that matter to me. I just sacrifice all day. Or maybe it's a husband who says, I hate my job. I go out every day and I sacrifice. It's as if I'm oozing blood from every pore, but it's a sacrifice I make to take care of my wife and my family. That's not what a sacrifice is. We discussed the word korban and what the word actually means. But why is that so bad? Why is it so bad for someone to say, hey, I'm selfless. Look, I give so much to my family.
Because God gives us the blueprint of marriage in the nature of the relationship. Shall I explain korban now? Or you?
No, go ahead.
That word sacrifice in Hebrew is based on the Hebrew word to make close. And that's really the key part here, I think, that what we really are doing is, it's not a sacrifice as we use the word in English, I've got to hear another sacrifice I've got to make. No, you see, the Hebrew word for love means I give. And that's really important, because when somebody says, I love turkey on Thanksgiving, you're not really saying you love turkey at all, because if you did, you wouldn't kill it and eat it. You're saying, I love the feeling I get when I eat turkey. The real Hebrew word for love means I am filled with an insatiable desire to give, for you to have. And one of the biggest gifts a wife can give a husband is to give him the privilege of supporting her and taking care of her. And one of the greatest gifts that a wife can give a husband is herself. And these two aspects really throw a lot of light on the nature of the relationship. Look, every married man knows that he's happiest when his wife is happy. And that's really what this is all about. God has created this thing called a marriage, where the happiness of each person comes from adding to the happiness of the other person. So the sacrifice is not at all something which is seen as taking away from me. When I have the privilege of doing something for you that makes you happier, it makes me happier.
I think you could say it's a thermometer. In other words, yes, you should feel good from the giving. Not every second. If my husband has a 6 a.m. flight and so he has to leave the house at 4 a.m., I like sleeping. And so I'm not happy to get up at 3:30 in the morning to see him off. But in the scheme of things, I am. If you're feeling that you're giving, you're feeling resentful and like a martyr, that's a thermometer that says something is going wrong. The overarching feeling you should be giving from the giving, you should be feeling from the giving that you're doing to your spouse is an increased closeness. If the feeling is an increased resentment and increased bitterness, that's your thermometer that something's wrong, something needs to be recalibrated.
And the thing to remember is that it's in your power to always change that. So if you feel that your marriage is sliding into that, don't talk to your spouse, take care of it yourself. Just start being more of a wholehearted, loving giver, and you'll be amazed at what starts coming back.
We're running out of time. I would
Totally.
I disagree with what you just said.
Well, we're going to have a time. I'm not sure what the point of saying that is if we only have about another 5 seconds, but that's as far as we can go. So you see, even in our marriage, we need to be working at it constantly, as you can tell. Until our next opportunity that we're together, we pray that God should bless you with good health and prosperity. Everything else, take care of yourself.